My name is Sheena Wedderburn-Reid. I currently serve the VM group in the capacity of Group Chief Digital Officer. This is a role that I assumed in 2018, I believe, and then it got elevated in the year 2020 with the advent of COVID-19. So in this capacity, I have oversight and I'm actually accountable for the transformation of VM's operations to digital. And that really is twofold. So it is our operations in terms of how we serve our customers, as well as how our team members are able to work from a digital perspective for the organization. So in a nutshell, that's the current capacity which I have. So I joined the VM group in about July 2016. And at that time, I joined in the capacity of manager of information security. And for that role, I had oversight for the information security program for the entire group. Now, I held that capacity for close to 2 years. And then in July 2018, I was appointed as the assistant vice president for digital transformation. And really at that time, it was more of a strategic move for the organization. And it was stemming from really the global shift in service standards to customers who at the time were now asking for more from us with respect to digital. Because we all know about the forerunners, the digital masters across the globe, the Amazons, the Netflix, Burberrys, and so on, and the standards that they would have set for their customers in terms of the digital experience. And so financial institutions like VM, at that time, we wanted to step up to those expectations that were placed on us by our customers. And so we took a very important step to achieve that goal in 2018. So as I would have shared with you, I was appointed in the role Assistant Vice President for Digital Transformation in July of 2018. And it was at that same time that we established our digital transformation strategy and the associated program that would execute on that strategy. So that's really how I ended up here. So our aim was to drive VM's transformation in a twofold way through the innovative digitalization of projects that were focused on delivering digital capabilities to our customers. And then this is what we believe would have gotten us to the point of becoming a modern neutral by 2023. And then secondly, the focus internally on our team members and on our processes that would allow us to become a digital organization. And so in 2020, when there was the advent of COVID, the organization really said, you know what, we really need to place even more focus. We need to accelerate the pace of our digital transformation effort. And so in 2020, I was appointed to the role of Group Chief Digital Officer, and that's the capacity that I currently hold today. My day-to-day. All right, so due to the expansive nature of VM's digital strategy and roadmap, it really means for the success of the execution of it, it means all hands on deck. All right, so all our strategic business units, they have a role to play. Our support units, they have a key or a major role to play with respect to the execution of the strategy. So it's executed cross-functionally. Every team member is involved in some way or shape in the strategy execution. So as Group Chief Digital Officer, I am accountable for the execution of all those initiatives across the roadmap. So on any given day, there could be a range of areas that may warrant my attention. So I can say for sure that there is quite a bit of daily collaboration with teams across the group in terms of engaging on and monitoring the progress of the initiatives that they have under their purview. And there, as I said before, there are various digital initiatives. And so a lot of these teams require support from the digital perspectives. They look to us for thought leadership as well as support, right? And so that's one aspect of my day-to-day, a lot of engagement, a lot of monitoring and checking up on the initiatives that are to be executed as a part of the program. And another key area of focus for us is that given that customer experience at the digital touch points is such a huge success factor for us, there is heavy engagement and check-ins with the owners of the respective digital channels, so that we can, check to see what are the challenges that are out there that are facing our customers, and then being able to ensure that they have all that they need in order to effectively address those challenges. So for me, again, on a day-to-day basis, there's quite a bit of focus on that, checking in with what our NPS is saying, what our customers' feedback we're getting from the customers in terms of their experience at the digital channels, and then working to see, okay, how do we filter these requests to ensure that they're fully addressed? Also, there's a lot of focus on the adoption strategies for me. So I tend to check in a lot on a particular digital channel. What is the utilization rate from our customers? So yes, we check what their experience is. Do they like the channels? Are they getting the type of service they're looking for? Right, but are the customers actually using the channels? Because if they're not, then we have a problem. So I tend to check on those numbers quite a bit, and then that informs the strategies that we have on adoption rates that gets fed into our governance structure and into our decision-making processes about what are some of the key things we'd have to do to help the customers successfully adopt on the digital channels, right? So that's the customer-facing side. On the internal side of things, on the cultural side of things, the group digital transformation unit that I currently head, we focus heavily on developing the key digital attributes of the VM group, the team members of the VM group, to ensure that we're effectively embedding the digital in our DNA. So as CDO, I spend quite a bit of time with the team members who have responsibility for data analytics, for digital innovation, and for agile transformation. And the unit that I'm the head of, we help to kind of hold the hands of the team members to get them to adopt these skills or these digital capabilities that's going to allow us to become the digital organization that we're seeking to become. And then, of course, overall governance and monitoring of the digital transformation program. That's something I also, it finds its way into my days. And that really is looking at the overall execution, looking at the risks associated with the execution of the program, what could go wrong, and what do we need to keep our eyes on. And then, of course, the value management. We have to ensure that the investments that we've made in digital, that we're getting value from them, whether they're tangible or intangible benefits, that our customers are getting value from them. And so, because this is very important, we want to know that we're spending the right dollars in the right place. So we have to manage the overall strategy and its execution. So it's a bit, so no 2 days for me look the same. There is a plethora of day-to-day duties that gets managed by myself. And I can say that I'm ably supported by my team. In terms of leveraging digital, so again, it was really twofold for us, always from the perspective of the customers. What do we need to do to help our customers through the pandemic? And then what do we also need to focus on as an organization who's delivering on a service to the customers? So one thing that we were very avid on from a digital perspective during the pandemic was that we had some initiatives that were, in the pipeline that we knew that given the nature of COVID, we wanted to get as many online solutions out to the public We didn't want them to be coming into the branch, for their safety, and we care about our members and our customers. So during that year, we launched several digital solutions that would allow our customers to be safe, to keep safe. So we upgraded our online banking platform, and our mobile banking app, which is VM Express. That would have given them more capabilities so that they wouldn't have to visit the branch as much. We launched a fully online loan application solution, VME loan, that's powered by Carolyn. And this was a huge leap for us in terms of an online loan application solution. And this one now gave them a really fast and convenient way of accessing our unsecured loan products. Our pensions team worked very hard to deliver our ARS online dashboard, ARS meaning approved retirement scheme. And what that did is that it gave the pensioners access to view their details online without them having to visit the offices and so on during the pandemic. Or money transfer services arm, so that's the VMTS, they engaged or collaborated with Zoom. So any international transfers that were done on the Zoom platform, it could now get directly deposited into your bank account. So that was one key thing, because a lot of remittances came through in that year. So that's one key thing that we had worked on, and we got it launched in the year of 2020. In 2020, also the team focused on, again, looking at solutions for our VMwell clients, giving them an online platform that would allow them to view their portfolios and that will allow them greater self-service. Again, not having them come into office or into branches, but they could avail themselves of the services that they needed. Our mortgage side of things, we launched our digital mortgage platform that allowed them to start their online applications to get their pre-approvals for their mortgages. Again, this is online, another step to keep them out of the branches. So those were a few other things that we did in 2020 from the customer side of things. From the internal side of things now, for us at VM, we did a lot of digitalization work on our internal processes during that year. And one of the key things that happened is that just prior to COVID, we had done two things that I think served us very well. We had developed our hybrid and remote work policy. So in the event that we wanted team members to work remotely, we had a policy that would govern those actions in place. And on top of that, we had recently invested in an enterprise collaboration tool. And those two things coupled together were really helpful for us during the pandemic, because what that meant was that we were able to pivot quickly. So in tandem with the fact that we had rolled out the policy and we had rolled out the digital platform, we could quickly move to remote work or working from home using that solution. And productivity didn't drop in the least. So that platform was very powerful for us in terms of continuing the work. And also that platform was very useful for the team members because what it had was a solution stack that was designed for business users. So what they could do was to solve localized digital problems on their own. So they could create forms, they could create surveys, they could develop minor applications on their own to solve their localized problems without having to reach out to the IT team. So it was a very useful solution for us. We continue to use it. We continue to embed it in the organization because we think that an organization that is digital, there should be a level of digital savvy among the team members, which is what we have seen is taking root now. And so it really helped us to solve those localized problems during the pandemic when there was not a lot of access to ICT. So that online collaboration platform, I think it served us well and continues to serve us well as a team and to get us through some of the hiccups that we faced during the pandemic. The notion of a digital society for Jamaica, right? For me, when I think of a digital society, I'm thinking of one where we are fully adept at the adoption and the integration um, of information and technologies, whether it is at home, whether it is at work, or really just in our everyday lives. And when I say adoption and integration, I mean, how are we using the digital technologies that have been developed to achieve the intended benefits? Because there are a lot of solutions that we develop and we roll out to a society, but if it's not adopted or it's not used in a way for us to get those benefits, then we will not see a society that is being transformed digitally. So adoption and integration that allow us to attain the benefits of convenience, of speed, of consistency in service in industries, right across Jamaica. When we talk about adoption and integration, it allows us to think of providing services that are digital, that allows for greater inclusion, greater access to the members of our nations and the services that are being provided to them, services that they need or services that they're seeking. Adoption of technologies that, will help us to solve more problems in the society. So I believe once we're able to move the needle in terms of not just developing the solutions, but getting our society and the persons there to utilize them, that is how we're going to be able to reshape the society and for us to become a truly digital society. One of the things that I would have shared with my counterparts here at work is digital just doesn't mean technology alone. Oftentimes, for it to be successful, there's a major people factor. There's a major people factor and their adoption of those technologies for them to be successful. So if as a society, we can get that part or that aspect right, then I believe that our economy and industries are going to grow at scale and at the speed that would truly reflect a society that is digital. Ultimate impact. So as I shared before, I believe the potential of technology to change organizations, change businesses, and really overall people's lives is really very staggering. The coalescence of people, the process, and the technology to drive real change and to create real value, that is what I believe has a massive opportunity for all of us. So ultimately for me, I want to be able to effectively and in a meaningful way contribute to the types of change we need on a societal basis to improve people's lives through the rollout and adoption of these digital technologies that I just spoke of. If I'm able to contribute through any organization or any medium to solve some societal problem using technology, then I think I would have achieved my ultimate goal. It can address so many issues across so many industries. I mean, better healthcare, better environmental management, better communications, better financial services, better educational systems. The application of technology can transform really the way our next generation learns and how they live. So my career aspiration regarding technology and digital solution is being able to use tech to solve problems for people at that level so that they can improve their lives. I have been fortunate enough to have had some successful runs with organizations that I've been affiliated with to use the tech to solve problems. Because even here at VM, in my current role, I believe I am really contributing because BM has this vision of empowering their members globally to acquire their own homes and achieve financial independence by doing or by using innovative solutions and using this through multiple channels as a part of the vision of the organization. So I think it's a solid vision and it's a solid purpose, and it is really is a reason to help me to get up every day and to give my best and to continue to help people to get in their own homes and to attain financial independence. So I'm helping persons to solve problems in this capacity through the deployment of tech. So I would say it's a very big motivating factor for me. And as long as I'm in a capacity that I can use tech to help people in their lives and to solve problems, I think that is the greatest impact that I could make.